It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. This one features Kareem Hunt. It's week 12 of the 2023 season. This one features Kareem Hunt, closing in on 1,000 yards rushing on the year. It's the Lions and the Bears, coming up next.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, our Thanksgiving coverage continues with a good one here between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they come in off another victory a weekend ago. That ran their win streak up to 7 now.
And I think that win last week established them as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with confidence and swagger, and you need that to go a long way.
It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. On the return, it's Tristan Ebner from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
When I was watching film this week, I had to write a note to myself. 3 touchdown passes in an NFL game deserves respect, not ho-hum just because they throw it around all the time. And he got his respect. NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, it's the ultimate vote of confidence from a week ago. Hey, look, he was great. Not his best game ever, but obviously was very good to garner that award. All the talk this week, though, was about let's take that forward now. Now Herbert to start the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First carry now for David Montgomery. And some room to maneuver. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That good for 19 and a first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. These two teams, you may remember, they met up at at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So if they can win again here in Detroit, they'd pull off the season sweep. On second down, Montgomery. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left for the 3rd and 8. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now Fields. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey.
Hey, guy, how's it going?
A handoff for Herbert.
Oh, me. Fumble.
And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. We know turnover margin always key, going to be really key in this one. And to force an opening drive turnover, that's huge.
It is, and you know something? There's one coach on every team that weighs in at the worst possible time, right? And this is bad. He just fumbled the football. Can't you just hear him right now? Son, you messed it up for everyone on that one. Messed up our offense, and now you put our defense in a bad spot.
I'm doing good, buddy. I'm doing well. Thank you.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at the 34. Following the fumble recovery, Goff. His throw.
Wow.
But Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition is so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the turkey bowl tradition. You know, the families that go and pray and come in and
Cool.
sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading about the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. They only lost the Packers in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 20 carries, 95 yards.
And even though it's a short week, running backs love when they're in a groove, and that's exactly where he is right now. He's hoping to feast a little bit more here on Thanksgiving.
There we go. There's that run defense.
Down he goes, folded like
Let's go, man.
They give those 2
Morrow with the 2-yard loss, I think.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. From the gun, here's Goff. Escaping the pressure right. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Thanks to his effort, they now have a big choice to make here. He just ran them into field goal range with that one, so here come the choices. Do they kick it here, or do they trust him to make another big play and possibly get a 1st down?
Here we go on 4th. Goff. That's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he is going to have the Lions 1st down.
What's up, crazy kid? How you doing, buddy?
And that'll keep the drive alive. It'll be a pickup of 4, and the Lions are going to have a 1st. Now a handoff. Hunt's going to run left. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now it's gone. Toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down and put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Goff. Open man right side is St. Brown. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 14 yards that time for number 14. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
2nd and goal from the 1. Hunt is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose.
Good run defense again. 5 carries for -1 yard. Good deal.
2 yards. Brings
that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. Forced out to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the
Good defense right there. Bend, but don't break.
Long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
The kick by Bass is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they set up for just a field goal.
I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
That would have set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Fields going to keep it once more. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. He gets 12 on the keeper there, but now it's 3rd down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Fields to Mooney for the Chicago first.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Read option, here's Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now, this defense for the Lions, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Fields throw there, complete to Mooney. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's a give to Herbert. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
They follow up the first and 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield at man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Gone. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a 1st down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
On 2nd and 7, Goff. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Goff a handoff here to Swift. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day, but you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we want. And he fires.
What an interception there. Jalen Johnson, his 4th.
Bears will take over possession here up at the 44.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they'll start in excellent field position following the INT. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with the defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And I think he's a guy, if they had let him walk, no one was going to be shouting from the top of a mountain. But he's a good guy. He's a good locker room guy, too.
Good locker room and a good player. I mean, he's a valuable starter for them. And if you just want to start over and maybe bring in someone new, the learning curve might be a little bit big. So it's a good job by getting him taken care of, and now they can move forward.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Off the option, here's Montgomery. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run-supported. I think the way that he gets there is he understands what the offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Now Goff taps this forward. That's a jet sweep. And just no chance.
Good defense. Way to sniff that one out. Heck yeah.
2nd and 10 coming up. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Goff. Throw over. Oh, he put it on the carpet. A fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears.
Oh, was that a fumble right there? I don't know.
But in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get down.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. On the draw, Goff will give this to Swift. And this won't be enough.
Good read. Not going to sneak in that on us.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return, and the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. Right. So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down.
That's a nice run, a nice game. That has to have them feeling pretty good about themselves as we head to the 2-minute warning.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Play action. Fields. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Dorrance Armstrong able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
On 2nd and 10. Gone. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So now following the sack, often the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Well, the Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get in the field goal range. Fields on 1st down. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st down, it's Fields. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields. Man open, here is Jones. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, mini camp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Locates Claypool on the crossing route. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
First and goal, Chicago.
Throwing again is Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown.
What a quick strike. Nice throw, Fields.
Claypool in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it was finished off by the Chase Claypool touchdown catch. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks so much. We'll get back to you and Charles in Detroit in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at what's following our two games later today. We'll start in the early window and begin up in Minneapolis. A tough one for the homestanding Vikings, as they'll be forced to reckon with the Las Vegas Raiders. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on the Atlanta Falcons. And then one more to highlight, Monday Night Football. As folks, you'll see a good one between the Tennessee Titans and the New Orleans Saints. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And they've had some success on the ground. And with the lead going into the second half, they'll no doubt be looking to keep it going. And meanwhile, for the Lions, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. They are just about set to get back to football in Detroit. And for the call of the second half, we'll kick it back up to Ford Field and Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now a toss for Swift left side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. This one hauled in by Sample. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Fields. Complete to Mooney on the slant. On the move past the 40.
Oh, God almighty. Caught it the last second.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And I'll tell you what a bird's eye view I've got here because that was absolutely something else to watch. Not a lot of wiggle in that. That was catch it and go, and he used those wheels of his to absolute devastating effect.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. the middle. It's Montgomery. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On second down, Herbert. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Here's Fields.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Goff now to throw. That's complete to the tight end Sample. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now Goff on first down. Being chased out left.
Multiple defenders.
What a sack. Wow, that's a loss of yards.
That was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
This is Swift on the counter.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. Here's Goff. It's Williams on the catch. He showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
Here's Jones. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start with the option.
And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Holding offense.
Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out
Still
wide.
3rd down.
A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually. so a lot of it goes undetected, but I know this will surprise you. I coached some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
7 yards there and a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
On first down,
Herbert, and he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
they'll go option on 2nd down, right side. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd down. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Fields.
And that is incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
This game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Goff. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line.
And they'll begin by running the option.
It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 67 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell him to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
On first down, Fields. Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Second down, here's an option right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Fields now to throw.
And this is incomplete.
And their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
On second down now, Herbert. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 23. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call. And they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Here's Fields on the sneak, and he is going to have the Bears first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
Up the middle they go. Herbert, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Lions are right back in this football game. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's his sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd and 13. Goff finding Williams once more, complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Goff on third down. Man open, and St. Brown has got it.
And he is going to have a Lions first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Goff now looks to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll run the draw here with Swift. A 4-yard pickup that gets them going forward, but still 15 yards left on 3rd down. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. Looking for Campbell downfield. It's caught inside the 25.
And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
That's good for a Lions. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Back to throw, Goff.
And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
So he stopped for no gain, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now.
Flush to his right.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Third and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
Now it's gone.
He'll drop this one off to Swift.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll bring up 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Gone.
On a huge mistake.
Oh, what a way to end it, man. Gordon with the pick.
Picks it off. And the Bears have just about sewn up this football game.
Scoring has really been at a premium, and Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Now a handoff up the middle. Herbert. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now a second timeout called for by the
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
With just over 40 seconds to go in the game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Now the defense will...
All right, now we can just run the clock out. God, this was a tough win.
Just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The run got 4.
10-3.
With a 2nd and 6. One final kneel down here as it comes inside the 40-second mark, and that should be enough to put this one on ice.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair, low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to 0.
Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game. But, hey, they got enough points to get the job done. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win. And in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So for the Bears, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos.